So hello there everyone, and welcome back to another video of F1 2018. Today we're going to be discussing a poll that I did last week. This was asking, judging by seen what so far, bear in mind this was what last week and before really any of the bigger YouTubers started doing their career modes, and before they actually started playing this, they obviously, you guys had to vote. So 52% of 194 votes said no, 48% yes. So it's close. So there is not an overwhelming majority of saying no. It's actually worth 54.99. And then there's also a minority who are saying 48% are saying yes. So really, there's not much between the two, and ultimately, if we were to ask everybody, then the result could be different. But based on those 194 votes, 52% of you said no, but 48% yes. Brexit was about that, wasn't it? That's all I'm saying. I'm not gonna take sides because I haven't actually played the game yet. But it is lacking in content that I will go through later on in a separate video once I've played the game. Then I can get a big list of everything that needs to be included and then start making videos on it. So that's all to come over the coming couple of months. But yes, intriguing one, this 52% no. So yes, we did have a few comments and retweets and people having little arguments. I won't go through them all, but these are the main ones. The first one from KYI. I think that's how I'm saying it. I'm saying it right. It's supposed to be that, and not. No, I'm just going to say that. Anyway, that's the price that most games are at now. Well, FIFA is actually more expensive than that. But if we're going to argue what other games have, are Codemasters really on that level? That's another debate. And I replied to KYI and said I would agree, but it's about £10 more expensive than last year's game. And then, in which case, a lot more too than in last year's. Hopefully it's going to be worth it. So I hope it's going to be worth it, because if it's not worth it and we're going to get the same questions over and over and over and over again in career mode, then it's just going to be boring. And if we don't get that change in to parts, and that have enough, I said that in the video the other day, if the changes don't have, it's supposed to be a game, not just about being on a level. It needs to be there needs to be a bit more about it. Hopefully they can develop that for 2019. We'll have to wait and see. Now the next comment comes from 8C. I think I've pronounced that right. Let me know if I've mashed that up. I apologise, but he comments, not really. For example, EA games are even more expensive in release, even when there is almost nothing new. So there's a comparison here with FIFA, and FIFA and F1 have got different issues. Yep. In FIFA, they set it as a general high because there's usually something that you say they've added the journey, so they're working on something, as you know, and also the fact that there is a lot you can do with FIFA. For example, you can make as many transfers as you want. You can customize your own team. You've got Ultimate Team as well, and I think they're introducing a whole lot more for this year. to do with the Champions League and play matches and what. So what? But with F1, they haven't. If they're not on FIFA's level yet, not by a while, but yet they're trying to put that game into FIFA's price range. So it's not about, although there are sometimes in between the FIFAs there isn't almost nothing new sometimes, it still can't be in the same price bracket, because in my opinion F1 2018 is not yet at that same level as a FIFA game. So the next comment comes from Tom97HD, who most of you probably know who he is. He says, I'll put it in simple terms. It's the same price as it always is when the game releases, and nothing has changed there. Well, first of all, we've established it's £10 more than last year. Secondly, it looks like the best F1 game yet, so I'll say it's justified, but I haven't played it yet. Obviously, this being on the 9th of August, before he's done his career mode, and there's about 15 million episodes ahead of me by the time I get to do mine. But yes, something. So that's an interesting one. It is the best. It does look like it's the best F1 game. Yeah, they've got the R&D tree that's unique to every single team, and they've got interviews, which, although I think they're a bit too short on the interviews, they do need to. They do actually provide more to the career mode than just a face to it, but there is still bits that are lacking, and I'll go on to that in a separate video once I've actually played the game, because then I can start saying a full list of stuff that needs to be put in F1 2019, and then they can I'll tweet that at Codemasters and see if I can get any of it in. So yes, interesting one. It does look like the best F1 game, but I'll say this: it is not as if in terms of a ranking you want to put, there isn't such a clear difference between F1 2018 versus F1 2017. So yes, although F1 2018 looks like it's going to be the best, it's not going to be as overall as big a margin over F1 2017 as first thought when I saw those features come out originally, when they were leaked around Monaco, I think it was. Now, Tom being such a big YouTuber, of course he was bound to attract comments, and one of them is from another sort of esports person called Aaron Gillard. I think some of you will know Aaron. I think he's bigger on Twitter than on YouTube. But he replies, it's always the same, continue with the annual sports event. Why pay £50 for a game that's the same every year with a few new things? It's debatable. So I agree with that. But then FIFA's got the same problem with that. And then he says, and then Dom has replied, I'm really torn. I want it badly, but because I'm on a pad, the new tyre system is going to be really hard to deal with. I haven't thought of this because I'm on a pad as well. So Dom has made me realise, okay, how am I going to deal with the new tyre system, especially the fact that all the people that have got an early copy are wheel users, as far as I'm aware. The only exception to that, well, the only exception would have been XMATG, but WTF1 use a wheel system nowadays. And HC comes up again. I mean, Arav handled the game on a pad somehow, and he isn't really a pad player. But in that little preview thing, was that just a preview thing that and we didn't really see much of his management of the tyre wear, so in those couple of episodes of preview career mode that he did do. So debatable, that one, really, on if the pad is going to be affected by the tyre wear in F1 2018. We'll have to wait and see. And the final comment that I'm going to reflect on comes from Athena, who keeps it very short, very sweet, and says yes. And Yeah, that is short, and the answer that is very good. He doesn't explain why, yes, but yes, it is. So, to be honest, I'm leaning towards yes as well, but it's interesting to see what you guys think. So, if you want to get involved in the discussion that's already taken place, you can comment on Twitter. Twitter handles at the top right hand corner of the screen. Alternatively, you can comment below what your thoughts, and I'll endeavour to try and get back to you. And if I get enough comments, I might make another video on them. But that's just been it for today's video. If you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new to see more F1 2018 videos as when they come out, especially being the fact that F1 2018 is coming out on Friday. We'll start with that early on Friday morning. But until the next video, I'll see you next time. Take care, enjoy the rest of your day, and goodbye.